Okay, hold on. Here we go.
Hey kids! It's time to have fun! Ready, set, fun!
What the fuck did that say? This is so good. By the way, God bless whoever edited this video. That was the perfect ending to it, I'll be honest with
you. Yeah, hello chat, how you doing out there? Are we all doing good? It is Friday for me, Saturdays for some, and as usual, it is another fun edition of GNF Televisable where we talk about all the hot button topics from, autism to riots to whatever else that feats our fancies. I have just sent out the private link for all those who wish to participate, and I wait. That's right. I do this each and every... Blah. I'm going to get my drinks. Oh, yes, you forgot I have controls over the Friday there, MC. Yes, I am in control. It is indeed this Sparky one. From what I understand, Dragon will not be with us because he is sick. I blame Pen for that. Well, technically she has a hashtag, so you can blame Pen for everything. Nom, 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 nom. I have my beverage. It is iced tea. So those who wish to stay nice, fresh, and hydrated, there's that. I am alone. Oh, Jesus Christ. I am all by my lonesome. Jesus. Well, it's usually about 90 minutes of me just fucking around for the most part. So what can I possibly do while I wait for people to entertain myself? Wait, did I just do that wrong? Did I just fuck that up? I probably did. I don't care at this point. Not alone. Well, I mean, that's good to hear that, MC. You are at least around to hear me banter, talk to myself for the most part. It feels natural. I mean, it's what I normally do when I'm at work. Just kind of putter around, talk to myself, all that kind of jimmer jammer. But how is everybody doing out there in Chatsville? Is everybody doing grand? Is everybody doing good? Have you been keeping up with the newsies? I know you're here. I could see that you're there. I keep forgetting I have buttons. I do blame the Jews for everything. Not alone. I'm here. See, there we go. I've hit all my buttons. I've done my things. I've done the stuff. Jesus bloody Christ! I'm so good at this. I am one of the greatest individuals. Well, you're doing great. That's good to hear that you're doing great. See, I got it up there on the board. It just popped up magically. So there we go. Let's go. Let's go. But no, I mean, right now I've been having fun fucking around with people over on the twatters, just entertaining myself as usual. Apparently, I've got a couple of more messages. Actually, no, this is people liking my tweets, my twats. Let's see here. One of the best to one of the best to ever do it. Yes, of course. Of course. But yeah, no, I've been having fun over on the twatters, just fucking around, doing what I normally does. It is. I just had to make sure it is Friday. It is Friday. I was right. I was right. Yeah, just doing what I normally do. Just making life interesting for people, for all the possible people out there. So yes, I mean Ubisoft, and it's besides Daddy Jim. I know, right? Um, but Ubisoft decided to grace us with their greatest idea ever, coming up with the feudal Japan. Hello, Jim Max. I could see Jim Max. He's here. He's finally here. Hello, Jim.
Hello, how are you?
I do great. I do great. How have you been? What you've been doing?
Been planting blueberries all day, so
Blueberries. So you're basically as blue as I am. Congratulations.
yeah, there you go. The
Mm.
blues berries.
Yeah, let's make sure your balls aren't blue. That's that's a thing. Because planting blueberries and then scratching yourself, that could be wrong. That could just be a clear indication of a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Problem. So it's blueberry season. Planting. I always thought they were kind of like what is it, perennial? That they kind of
You can plant them whenever, really.
Yeah, no, but I thought that they kind of regrow after you plant them the first time. Am I wrong? Or am I thinking blackberries?
You're thinking raspberries.
Might be possible. Might be very possible. Because we do have a blackberry bush in the back. So yeah, it could. I could be thinking blackberries. Because
Raspberries.
yeah, raspberries. You've never seen blackberries?
I've seen blackberries, but you're thinking those raspberries are black. Well, blackberry are raspberries and blackberries the same?
Slightly. They're all in the berry family.
Hmm.
I know, sounds good there, MC. But no. So blackberries come in one of those kind of thorny, bushy dudes.
All right.
They're almost like a weed type. So they just continuously recycle, and it doesn't matter. The only time that you have to worry about that is once the actual root officially dies and everything kind of goes dry. But then that thorny portion of its body or its shell still exists. It's like the thickets, the Brer Rabbit briar patch, kind of similar to that.
Oh, I see. We have a new feature on the StreamYards.
Yes,
Recording.
we do. We have
what is the recording? You upload a recording and then
Yeah. So I could, So basically, what happens is that everything that happens here gets held off, so I can get all that info. So you have separate recordings. So in case there's like an error or something, I have to turn you up or something. I have different lines, and then what I can do is I can strip the audio. And then put in whatever else that you like whatever pictures I want, or I can just have the full video up and gone. It makes editing a lot more easier. Yes,
I imagine so. That sounds like it would be a lot easier to do.
The only downside is now I have to be extra careful with how much storage is being used up, because there's only a limited amount of storage, and if I don't clear out the cache, it makes it difficult and challenging. But because this goes directly up to, like for example, if I was doing this as a private streaming event, then yes, I would have to have this all prepared. But because he's going directly up to, the YouTubes or wherever, it kind of just lingers there, so I don't have to worry about too much. But for
So
example, the recorded show, good one, that's where you have to you get to fuck around with a lot of the materials. But you were going to say so.
oh yeah, that sounds like. But speaking of editing, I had to deal with YouTube today. I uploaded a full video of Congress talking,
Okay.
and they muted it. And here's the great thing: they muted it, saying, "Sorry, music play. We cannot upload this. We cannot allow the sound because the music in the
Right.
background is copyrighted." And I'm like, there is no music. There is it's AOC and MTG going at it. And
Oh yeah, I heard about that. I mean, Mark
And-
kind of covered that shit.
and they started fucking going at it, and I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna upload this on TikTok, see how it goes. Immediately muted because of fucking music. So what I did? I added cat noises to it.
All right,
A cat fight, essentially.
makes sense.
It basically was. It worked. And I said, oh yeah, this is fun. There's no copyrighted sound. Jesus Christ. So I was like, fuck me. Really? You're going to be that difficult, TikTok? You're going to be that difficult.
I'm not surprised that they wish to be difficult. It's the ticker of the talkers. I mean, it's what they do best.
Well, it's funny. Like, I want that stricken from the record. The funny thing is, like, here's the thing. You know why they did that back in the day? So, because there was no recording devices except pen and paper. And it would be literally crossed out, rewritten, and then put in the official documents in time.
Yeah.
So it's striking it from the record now with
Kind
cameras
of
and voice recorders is the equivalent of nothing being done, because it could be out of the official record all you want. The issue is it's still out there in the world now. It didn't used to be. Stuff like that shit was never put out in the world. Removing it from the official record means jack diddly squat today.
I know.
Especially with, and I'm like, yeah, you can have whatever you want stricken from the fucking record. It don't matter. It makes you look like a dumbass on fucking TV now.
But yeah, of course. I mean, technically, they are kind of a dumbass on TV.
Oh, they are. I liked it. And then when, like, she said, yeah, you're not intelligent enough, the fucking white knight class stood there. I want her to touch my shoulder. Yeah. Yeah, I want that stricken. I mean, probably smell her hair.
It is funny listening to the black politicians fight over the what is it? What was she? The Texan? What is she?
MTG? Marjorie Taylor Greene.
No, Taylor Greene.
Yeah, Marjorie Taylor. They get so fucking like, oh my god.
I mean, that's kind of a standard. They get their little whiteys up in a punchy bunch, and it's just like
that she has the balls to stand up to them. How dare she?
No, I mean, she's got bigger balls than most of them. So I mean, let's be real.
Well, fuck, she does.
I know.
I mean, she has the balls to say some shit that's fucking off the wall too. I mean, it's not true or off, and it's off the wall, but
true.
But at the same time, it's like, god damn, she's like, if one of the guys in fucking on Republican side were just like Matt Gaetz is kind of there, but he doesn't go that he's still somewhat polite. If he had the balls to just start talking like fucking Trump, like she does. He would be president in 2028.
That is true. That is true. Isn't the what is that, the judgment coming close for the Trump trials?
They're getting ready to dismiss most of them. I know that.
That's why I
because
close.
Because what was it? The guy, the fucking attorney, Trump's attorney that got in trouble for perjury last time, just perjured himself again.
Again? Jesus fucking Christ!
He just perjured during the Trump trial. He said, "Oh yeah, I took recordings during a lawful meeting of a lawyer, and I recorded it secretly without my client knowing."
Yeah,
and all it said was he said, "I wasn't in charge of this. I didn't make that decision or tell Trump to do that." And then in the tape it says, "No, I want you to do that." I want you need to do this. And it's like, yeah, Trump didn't have any, like, Trump wanted to pay in cash. He said, no, you need to set up a company. And it's like, and that's the problem. That's how they did this, is they,
Yeah,
and Trump said, no, I don't want that. I don't want you to do that. You do what I want you to do. And then he set up and then he did the illegal shit.
Nice.
Trump just wanted to pay in cash. He thought he was just paying cash.
No, because that makes
money.
sense on his end. I mean, Trump is more of a cash type guy. Let's be real.
Yeah, he is. And he even said, I want it paid in cash, do it my way. And then the guy went around, did it in a business expense, then charged more because he did it that way, even though Trump didn't want him to do that way.
Yeah.
Trump specifically told him to just pay her cash. Because that was the idea. It was like they paid it through an LLC.
Yeah.
So where Trump was just pay her cash to shut her the fuck up.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that would have been well. I mean, realistically, afterwards, I mean, Stormy Daniels wasn't really good of a.
Oh no, she even
witness.
lied. Here's the thing. She even lied. She goes on. She just perjured herself. She said she used a whole bunch of buzzwords to say, "Oh, he forced me." And she said, "No, I did it because I was, hey, the money was good."
I mean, she.
Now she said I was.
She put herself on. Was it Bill Maher stating that was her thing? So, and she didn't know why she did it. She had to be crazy. But she is a known prostitute, like it or not.
Oh yeah,
she's a sex worker.
Here's the thing. Even on Bill Maher, she said she did it because it was good money.
No fucking shit, and then turns around and while the cameras are rolling for a different thing, she's been using the Me Too buzzwords. Even though on her interview with Bill Maher, she says, "Yeah, this isn't a Me Too movement. I'm not like that kind of chick." And then she uses the buzzwords down the road. It just feels.
Oh no, she basically perjured herself, saying, "Oh, I did
I know, but I feel like I feel like she was kind of told to do so."
Oh no, I know. But here's the thing: that should be dismissed. I mean, this is why the trial should be dismissed.
Let's put it this way: I think that's the Democrats only have the Stormy Daniels thing, and even that's kind of questionable.
And but here's the thing: that whole shit backfired in their face.
No fucking shit.
I mean,
look,
more people are against them than ever before.
Yeah, I know. What was it? The black chick from New York who I think it was New York, probably.
Fannie Willis,
who's having a secret affair with
Fannie Willis.
Yes,
and then had more trouble now.
I know. And then what was the other one? There was another one that was. Is that the Georgia case? I can't remember.
Oh no, the Fannie Willis is the Georgia case. You're talking about the fake, no, the documents case.
Yeah, I think that's it. The documents case. Yes,
they just like, oh yeah, we faked a lot of those pictures. We mishandled the evidence. We rearranged the evidence. None of that stuff was real. The pictures weren't real. Mm-hmm. All this shit that we put into evidence and then said was evidence. And then the Mar-a-Lago case. Yes, the Mar-a-Lago case.
See, there's so many fucking stupid shit that's happening. I can't keep track of happening.
They even said he illegally presented evidence that was not real evidence. That was fake, falsified evidence.
Yeah,
and it's like they're like, and she's like, "You have a month to fix this," which I'm surprised she just didn't fucking dismiss the case with prejudice right there. But she is bending over backwards. And here's the thing: you have work to give me a list of what you've done right and wrong.
Yeah,
and if you don't, by the end of the month, I'm going to hold you in fucking contempt.
That makes sense.
So he might go to jail. He might really go to fucking jail because here's the thing: he lied in her court to her. And she can sentence him herself in her by her without any other court getting involved for that reason.
No, that is very fair.
He could go to prison for up to 50 years for what he did.
Nice.
Up to. Now,
this
never happened. I think the longest this ever happened was 15. But still, that's a long fucking time.
That's relatively a good time to,
And this has only happened once, but he got pardoned. So, like I said, Joe Biden can pardon this guy in a minute.
That is true. I mean, again, it all comes back down to
but he won't
who's in power after the whole thing.
Here's the thing: he still has to be removed from the. He can no longer work for the U.S. government.
No fucking shit.
Even with the pardon, he can't. He would. He
Oh
would
yeah,
have to
no, I know
as
because
fighting Steve.
he's you know,
But
bad goods, but it's
but the
spoiled
thing is,
kids.
she like they're trying to ignore that now. They're
Yeah,
trying to ignore that case. I thought it was fascinating. I was like, wow, you guys really fucked up. I mean,
nah, I'm
there's
not
fuck
surprised.
up, and then there's your guys' fuck up.
Uh-huh.
I wasn't surprised, but at the same time, I was just like, how easily this judge was like, something's not right here. What is that? And I'm like, oh yeah, that's not real evidence. And like, she's like, what?
Yeah, yeah.
From the reaction to the court findings, they're like, it's fucking hilarious, and no one's talking about it. Not even Fox News.
Again, is they would rather deal with the factor of an easy narrative because let's be real, Fox is not happy with the factor that of what's happening because I don't think they want Trump to win.
They don't. They don't.
So, anyways, getting away from that, getting to the question because it was a question proposed to you, Jim. What did you have for dinner from MCK?
Leftover KFC.
Leftover KFC. Well, I mean, that's classic.
Yeah. Leftover KFC. I ate the rest of the KFC from yesterday. That's what I had for dinner. I'm lazy today.
What was left over? Because usually I have like
chicken, green beans, mashed potatoes, and gravy.
No, but what kind of chicken?
Like
extra breast, leg, the thighs,
breast, and the wing.
So. Okay. So that was basic white meat. As usually carries a bit of the flavor.
Yeah, I don't.
Otherwise, the white meat itself is pretty much bland for some. Yes.
Well,
I know. MCK was thinking I was getting all jelly. I'm like, nah, I had steak. So
I could have had more, but I'm just not feeling it today. I am exhausted.
No. Honestly, I totally get it for the most part. But I mean, honestly, I don't think many people. Hang on. There's another question. Did you eat it cold? That was the follow-up.
Microwave. Nuked it.
Actually, I would eat it cold.
Potatoes
in that I would kind of reheat, but the chicken itself, I generally like it cold.
I can't because it would fuck with my indigestion, my acid reflux.
No, but yeah, I totally get.
No. I mean, I would love to eat chicken cold because it does.
I made homemade mac and cheese. Well, that's good. With the real cheese or the Velveeta.
Was it a box? Was it in a box before you made it? I mean,
yeah, pretty much.
Was it Kraft macaroni and cheese?
Well, I mean, you can get away with the elbow macaroni, so as long as you have real cheese. But if you don't have the real cheese and it has that Velveeta Kraft, whatever that shit is, which I don't think it's actually real cheese.
Okay, the whole one chemical away from plastic.
Yeah.
I actually found out that that's kind of true, but it's also not quite.
Yeah, I know. I actually watched some Asian kid make processed cheese. It's basically
I saw that. Yeah, I think we watched it. We basically watched the same thing. They just basically take the actual cheese formula, add water. And then
some degree of chemical. I can't remember the chemical.
It's sulfuric acid.
Yeah,
that's it, in plastic, yes, but it's also in most foods.
Yeah, it is.
It's naturally in most foods, so it's like.
But it still has that process. It's still cheese. It's just cheese water that's been fermented. I'm like, I don't know. Yeah. I still don't like it.
So I watched that same one, and I was like, I don't like it either, but if you
at a pinch, I can see it. Anyways, continuing. No, it was from scratch. I don't know how scratch works. I shredded the cheese.
Real cheese.
Myself. Well, what kind of cheese? I mean, are we talking about cheddar? Are we talking about brie? Are we talking
pepper jack?
I mean, Monterey Jack, American cheese. I mean, list the cheese. Do you have one type of cheese, multiple different cheese, and she topped it all with the breadcrumbs and then baked it?
Oh, okay, yeah. I know what she made then. She didn't use
I know that particular type, but you can actually change out the cheese.
You wouldn't use that with Kraft because the Kraft would soak.
Yeah, no. Cheddar and okay. Oh, okay. That's a pretty decent cheese for the most part.
Yeah, those two
So
would work well together.
yeah, it would. But speaking of cheese and baking things, just to come up with a very terrible combination, have you been paying attention to the gaming news at large?
Oh God, which hell are we talking? Helldivers, Sony.
Well, we're going to be talking about a certain black individual that
Oh,
has.
that one. Okay,
Yeah.
no. I mean, there's so many. It's hard to keep up. I saw this one. I'm like, oh, I saw this one too, and I'm like,
So for those who have not been paying attention to gaming related news, Ubisoft decided to come out with this lovely idea of their next version of Assassin's Creed Shadow, which puts you into feudal Japan, roughly about the 1600s, 1800s, somewhere in there. I think it's 1600s. And you're going to be playing both a Japanese warrior and a shinobi, aka ninja, for those who are kind of on that level of not understanding. So it's a female shinobi, which is fine. They did exist within that time frame.
yeah, they did.
But the samurai that they picked, out of all the samurais that you can pick, they decided to use Yusuke, which is kind of a questionable element of history. He's a combination of folklore and a real person. Just like Johnny Appleseed for the Americans, this lovely black gentleman who stood 6'2", who had dark skin and was presumed to be African, we don't know for sure, is a lovely folktale for the Japanese, because he was the first retainer for one of the actual Edo in Japan. That was a Nubaraga. I believe I'm pronouncing.
For a shogun, for not a shogun, but a oh god damn it, what is it called? What was that show called? The with the white guy from
no, that'd be Shogun.
Shogun. Yes, he was a retainer for a shogun.
Kind of, yes.
For the shogun or
Edo is the dynamo at that time frame. So yes, you got it correct.
I could
Shogun. Thank you, Randolph. Thank you, guys.
I couldn't remember the name. My brain is, like I said,
it's fine. So I see that's a newy person. So hey, Randolph. I will not be able to wrench you. We'll probably wrench some people later. I have no idea how Sparky does this shit because I'm not watching his channel. I'm over on StreamYards watching everything from afar. So there is that. But at the end of the day, I know a bit of this particular element of history, especially with Yusuke. And again, like I said, he's kind of like on that same kind of level of Johnny Appleseed. Yes, he was a real person. Yes, he did exist. Yes, he became a retainer for that particular shogun. But everything else that happened is kind of questionable of what his actual job was. He came off of a ship that kind of was there as kind of a meet and greet kind of thing. It would be considered a slaver ship, but was also considered one of those grand ships that you would go and ferry people back and forth. So it was kind of a weird combination. And Yusuke has no other name outside of the name that was gifted to him by the shogun. We have no details of this guy. No actual real name. We don't know his true origin. It's speculated that he's African of origin and maybe a slave because of the possibility of a slave ship. Now, through the courses of some writings and a few other different things, they use certain phrasings that would be similar to what is the popular N-word that is used currently, but for them, I believe is kafir, which is, or cafe, but anyways, it's just similar to nigger for those. It's old world
Japanese
Latin and phrases that just were kind of directed for those who were considered under uncouth, not civilized. Those types. Same thing that would happen for American South. That was the word they were using. Yes, it was mostly directed towards blacks, but it was kind of directed to everybody that fit that area. So, long story short, Ubisoft, DEI people, because they are Montreal, Canada, took away from what was suspected and rumored to be two Japanese leads, to have one female Japanese with one male who doesn't represent Japan whatsoever.
Yep.
So I, for one, like that portion of history, that era of time, going up to about the 1960s. So I have a fondness with that area of history. They're from the 1600s all the way up to 1960. Don't know why. I just have this fondness of it because there's a lot of moving parts, I guess, and there's a lot of different things that have happened. But beyond that, my other greater grievances, because, well, they took away what could have been something very prominent for and representative for the Japanese culture, because there's a lot of nuance and stories that could have been told that we're going to have maybe none of, because again, it's all about the checking of the boxes and that. And so now we got this 6-foot black guy who in an Assassin's Creed game, who's supposed to be an assassin, and hiding amongst the shadows in that. He overtowers every fucking Japanese person there.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be kind of obvious to see.
Oh, I mean,
he's
on the other hand, I could see her be the assassin. So I have a funny feeling that he was just there to check a few boxes. But because if we look at where her positioning is on the screen, she's like right here in front of him. She's going to be most likely the main focus.
Well, it's kind of like Keanu Reeves in the One Samurai movie.
I know what you're referring
to. I mean,
to.
I can't remember that movie. It was a good movie, but Keanu Reeves just kind of ruined it because of his presence. That's the problem. Because the character he was based on was half Japanese. And think about Keanu Reeves. He's not even a quarter Japanese. Yes, he's Hawaiian. Technically, he's Hawaiian.
47th Ronin.
47 Ronin.
Yeah.
He was Keanu Reeves. Yes, he's Hawaiian. Yes. But he looks nothing like Hawaiian. He looks like a white American. Honestly, I'm sorry.
He's a mixed breed.
And I know he's a mixed breed. I know he is.
Yeah.
But like I said, he looks too goddamn white.
Yeah, no. That's the unfortunate thing for a lot of mixed breeds. They will take whatever is most dominant.
And this feels the same way. Like this is very jarring and taking you out of the illusion of the game.
Oh yeah.
So that's a lot of people understand. But you just don't like him, no, because he takes me out. Now, if he was the same size of every Japanese person, okay, it could work. But this was a 6'2" man, and you're going to present him as a 6'2" man in a world or a time of 5 foot nothings.
Oh, here's a beautiful thing, since we kind of mentioned Keanu Reeves. So, Keanu Reeves' grandmother is of Chinese and Hawaiian descent. His mother was,
okay. No, I'm sorry. That broke me.
I know, right? So here's his combination. So his father's from Hawaii. He's a native Hawaiian.
Yeah.
He's also Chinese with English, Irish, and Portuguese descent.
Okay, yeah.
So right there.
I mean, you can tell what the dominant traits are.
Yeah. So here's the beautiful thing. His mother is from Essex.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So all of this shit comes from his father. His father's lineage. Hawaiian, Chinese, which is why he has a kind of Asian look to him. But because he has the more of the white-ish kind of presentation, he has that kind of weird mix.
I mean, Tim Cook would have looked more the authentic character.
I know,
because that's what. But the thing is, like, because Tim Cook is those ethnicities, what basically, but he's Korean, which is I guess it wouldn't work because, it's close
It just
enough.
doesn't. Yeah, I know. But my other great grievance with this Ubisoft decision, because one, this game, even though it's a single player game,
Mm-hmm.
apparently has some form of online feature.
Wait a minute. Okay, this pricing very confusing. $69
Oh,
for the
okay,
standard.
okay, okay,
No, no,
okay.
no, no.
So
Let me get this straight.
yes.
Let me explain it. $69, $109 for the gold edition, $129 for the unlimited. But then there's the ultimate edition, which is, if you want to play the ultimate, is $17.99.
No,
The best, the
yeah.
most.
I know.
A month. So you can
A month.
never.
But here's the deal. Now they're expecting to pre-order now. So if you pre-order now while this game is still being baked in the cake, you may have to wait for like 3 months or so for this game to be coming out. Think about this. Think about the fucking math on this one. So this is the price that they want you to pay. And they'll give you the base game and the pre-order bonus, whatever the pre-order bonus is, and they don't fucking care. But if you really want to jump ahead of the line, you pay the extra, dollar dues and give us $110.
Okay. Yeah.
$109.99. All right.
And you get a season pass, which means
You get the season pass, but you also get 3 days of early access to play this single player online based game. Because you have to log into your Ubisoft account in order to play this fucking game. It's not like you can just simply download it.
Nope.
No. So now here's the other thing. Now, if you really want all the extra bits and bobs it comes with, you're going to have to pay the $130 to get all of that I mentioned from the gold edition, plus the ultimate pack.
Okay.
Which will be like a new costume or whatnot that you can decorate and shit. Or if you don't feel like paying that $130 now, you can give them $18 a month, say $20 a month. So the real price for this fucking game is $20. But that's being paid at a monthly expense.
And a lot of people are leaving Ubisoft right now.
Yeah.
Because they got tired. Because Ubisoft decided, hey, we can remove your games whenever we feel like it.
Yeah.
We don't, and you can never download it again.
Correct. And so when if you decide to drop money down now for 18, we'll say 20, we're going to round up with the taxes and shit. $20. If you drop the $20 now, you get access to their extra 100 games within their release system. So it's basically the Game Pass. You will then have to wait until this game is released before you get that 3-day access. By that time frame, you're dropping it $20 down a month, so you've already paid you $70 for the base game. And if it takes you, another month or two to actually play the entire game, you're looking at your gold edition already. By the time you realize it, you forget that's what they're hoping that you will do to cancel your subscription. You will then be paying for this entire beautiful thing, yet not have access if you decide to cancel it.
1 year would be $200.
Yes.
Essentially $220. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, we'll just say yeah.
$200 to be straight,
$200. So. We'll just say $200. By the time you're close to that 1 year mark, you've already spent $200.
Yep.
Plus.
Yep. F.
Yeah, definitely. I totally agree. It is a ripoff. It is completely ripoff. But this is my other greater grievance. Now, I mean, yes, I have issues with utilizing the Japanese version of Johnny Appleseed as the focal point of this game, and saying that we're going to be catching people's interest because of this particular Johnny Appleseed Japanese edition.
God damn it.
which is what they're getting. They're getting the attention. Congrats. But I'm also focusing on the other issue. This thing. This beautiful fucking thing. Because if you go out on their Twitter, they're trying to promote you to get the gold fucking edition.
Mm-hmm.
Or pay this. Or they're trying to say, hey, get this version. Or pay this.
Or
So
wait
you can- Yeah.
2 to 3 months and pay half of everything here except for
Right.
the
Correct.
because this game, I can already tell you, is going to be half off in 2 to 3 months.
Well, here's the other thing. Have we seen gameplay of this fucking game?
No,
No.
I don't even think.
Until we see fucking gameplay of this game, anybody who decides to jump on this fucker is an idiot. It's a fucking idiot.
Retard.
Very
Yeah.
fucking very very much so. Very fucking much so. These are the biggest levels of autists I've seen. Yes, I like Twitter. I like to fuck around on it. Like the next person that likes to fuck around with it. But let's be real. Half these fuckers are easy. They're easy pickings, and all they see is a left extreme or the right extreme.
Kind of like how people are reacting to Helldivers, even though nothing's been taken back yet. Still,
Correct.
It's been
Exactly.
2 fucking weeks,
Mhm.
and nothing on Helldivers has been reversed yet.
No.
All this is, and they're saying, "Oh, we won't be able to do it until May, at the end of May." And I'm like,
Right.
"You mean the same day where you said you would actually make this all required? Huh? You're going to get in a lot of trouble." So here's the thing: you know how I know this is bullshit that they're not going to return it? One, Steam is still allowing returns up until the end of May. Up until the end, you have until the end of May to request a refund for Helldivers 2. After that, you're on your fucking own. You made your choice. You decided to keep the game. They've even they've literally kind of stated this in the background, like, we're only giving refunds until the end of May. If you have not requested a refund by this point, you are fucked.
Yeah.
Still, all the third party, Steam could change that in 30 seconds.
Oh yeah.
They could change that literally all in 30 seconds. They've been told not to, which tells me that the reason Steam is still giving refunds for this game means they know that it's not going to change.
Well,
if you keep this game, and in June you're shocked that all this shit flips over and you can't play Helldivers without a fucking Sony account. You're a fucking moron. We told you it's still on.
Oh yeah.
They are lying to you. They are straight up fucking lying to you. In fact, they're not even really lying to you. They didn't say they would. All they said is, we are still learning. We are sorry. They didn't say they would overturn everything. They just said, we are sorry. We are still learning. And everybody took that as a sign. Oh, they gave up. They're not going to do this now. No. They did not say they would undo anything. All they said is they would change things, and they couldn't change anything until May 31st, which was the same date they said they would make these changes happen for requirement to play the game.
Oh yeah.
So guess what? You have bought this shit, and it is yours now unless you return it.
Yeah, until you decide to send your monies back. Now, Ghost of Tsushima, from what I can see and what I've actually seen, a lot of different people who've actually reviewed, some of the people that actually would be my trusted reviewers. They kind of alluded that the only attachment for this portion for Ghost is the multiplayer aspect of it. So
that nobody wanted.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm gonna give it. I'm not gonna give it a complete pass. I'm gonna kind of give it a caveat a little bit for this game. It's a really good game. It actually holds true to that time frame of Japan for an island that has a very unique story by itself, and it has an actual Japanese person amongst other Japanese trying to survive against the Mongols. So really good
Shock.
game. I know, shocker. How you just kind of go through the whole process from a white team making this game and about an entire Japanese, story basis that the Japanese love.
Here's the thing: what they did, why they added the third party element to this, that you needed. It was punishment for Helldivers.
Oh, I think so. Yes.
This was fucking exacted revenge punishment for Helldivers.
Oh yeah.
You know what? Fine. You're gonna have to do it for all our games now. And that's the change they're making. They're just be like, we're going to be upfront now and tell you have to have this thing, and fuck you.
Yeah,
and
so
if Sony wants to do that, that's fine. That's their prerogative.
Here, and I've read this very carefully, and I've again talked to a few people about this as well. It looks like it will be that Sony PlayStation Network if you wish to use the multiplayer feature, which is the worst part of the entire game. I'll just be upfront on you on that one. It's the worst part of the entire game. It was a last minute add-on. The base game itself is really good, but it's the other part that you kind of go meh.
Going from here on out, any new game,
they're going to have this, especially if they're multi-feature. Yeah, they're going to have this.
Even if it's a single player and has no multiplayer, it's still going to be required from here up front now.
Yeah,
they've stated that already.
I know. I totally. But like I said, it's a caveat.
Always online.
Yes, always online. But yeah, this is a caveat. I per se, if you want cheaper, go to CD Keys or Green Man Gaming if you try to find this particular game. If you wish to continue.
Or wait a year and the game will be cracked.
Yeah. Or you could wait and you never know. Somebody from the high seas will figure it out for you. I personally would rather wait until it goes on to, I don't know, good old games, GOG, before launching myself into something like this. Because even though I have this game on my PlayStation, which I barely play, this game, Ghost of Tsushima, is the only reason why I continue playing with my PlayStation. But outside of that,
I don't even play on my Xbox hardly anymore. I just play on my. I have to load it. I have to go online to authenticate my games every 3 days on Xbox, but I usually unplug it right after I authenticate.
Yeah.
Back in. So I mean, it's like no big deal for me. I really don't give a shit.
That is.
And that's the great thing. Here's the thing: PlayStation, there is no 3-day grace period because. And here's the thing: is like PlayStation Network goes down for fucking weeks at a time.
It does.
And then your Xbox becomes a fucking useless piece of shit.
Oh yeah.
So I wish them PlayStation wants the fucking if they want to fucking Hapusai?
Yeah.
Or Seppukai?
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. Let them.
Yeah. That's the other thing I forgot to mention because you said seppuku. So.
Oh God.
So getting back to Yusuke's story, I have got a chance to finish it. So the guy that made him his retainer, a honorary sumonai, ends up getting taken over by a rival Dynamo, and is forced to kill himself, Suppakai. But Yusuke is kicked off the island, sent back, and his title taken away from him.
In real life,
relegated to be the black person that he was, and no longer recognized through any course of history because there's no further story about Yusuke except for his 2 to 3 years in Japan. And he was roughly about 25, 26, according to some estimates. So he was king up until he was 30 and was told to get the fuck off the island.
No.
So now if they told that story, I agree with you to be going forward on this, but they will not.
They won't. I mean,
But
he was kicked off with his family too, wasn't he?
I know he had no family.
I thought he had kids or something, but
No, he might have. See, that's the problem. Because there's a lot of questionable stories. See, as a retainer or basically a squire, depending on his level and depending on what his rank would be and what his title would be, I should say, um, he might have just been a simple guy that carried the emperor's swords or the shogun's swords and that.
he might not have
He's
actually.
pretty much,
We don't
yeah.
even really know if he was a samurai, do we? We just know he was.
No, see that's the problem. We have speculation because he was amongst all the slave traders and that he had the ability to fight. We don't know for sure if he was given or taught how to fight like a Japanese samurai, which is questionable. So there is that. We do have writings that he was gifted a weapon, whether that be a sword or one of those baseball bats
Bows.
with the spikes on it, that kind of shit. We don't know for sure.
We don't know if he was given a mace or a bow or a staff.
Yeah, we don't know. We really don't know. Yeah. So again, based off of a lot of the historical writings that we have, and again, a lot of it's very vague. Hell, even the artistry that we were given, he just looked like he was a simple bodyguard. He was another indentured servant given to the Japanese dynamo shogun. Because that particular shogun at the time loved everything Western. He thought it was quirky. So he was a collector of Western things.
He just happened to collect the black man.
Why the fuck not, right?
Yeah.
See, there we go. I mean, and this was on the Dutch ships, and the Dutch had a thing for slavery. So, I mean, base Japanese, yes, I know, right? Fuck me. But no, so like I said, when you look at it through the lens of that time frame, and not trying to take today's kinds of sensibilities and all that fucking shit, you start to see certain things and you start to question. And if you look at history truthfully, there's a lot of great elements that kind of leads you into other different speculative, because realistically speaking, the way how a lot of the Dutch writing presents Yusuke is they present his name and as a Yusuke, what the shogun gives him, renames him to that, and his only real good description is that he's 6'2" with dark skin.
I noticed they said dark skin and not black skin, and that would have been
right.
And the Japanese, being the way the Japanese are, they would have said black skin.
Oh, they would have had something that was really so. Yeah, there would have been a lot more descriptives. Yes, Yusuke was kind of forced to be washed down to make sure that he wasn't painted up to look, dark.
Yes, he did collect the black man.
Yes. I mean, hey, look, it's like Pokemon. You got to collect them all.
You got to catch them
one
all.
one of everything. And then later down the road, when you get the new advancement, you start the breeding collection.
I mean, there's
the fuck Ditto to have multiple different versions of Pokemon.
Now, to be fair, it doesn't help the fact that a lot of the writings about the Shogun, I believe, that particular Shogun or whatever he was kind of destroyed and removed from history, if I'm not mistaken. Not all of it, but a good bit of, because they were trying to remove the Western influence at that time.
Yeah.
And he was, like you said, a Western collector, so a lot was.
Because he actually had he allowed a church to be built on his property, on his land.
Yeah,
like a Christian church,
which well stuck to this day, until the Americans decide to drop a bomb on the largest Christian population in Japan.
Yeah.
True story. Found that out myself. I was like, wow. Hiroshima was 75% Christian. Well, they're going to heaven anyway, so let's just let them be God sooner, I guess. Hey,
I mean, let God figure it out.
yeah, he did. we unleashed God on the Japanese on the part of
Yeah.
his people.
But Nobunaga, Nobunaga was around the 1500s, so 1600 century. Yeah, he had this fascination of westernized things. And if you kind of go through some of the actual naming of Yusuke, or Usuke, you have it very close to like servant, things like that, bearer. You have multiple different phrasings that you could use for that particular name. And because he was the retainer for Oda, it becomes questionable of what Yusuke was supposed to do. We don't know for sure. Now, the beautiful thing, which is kind of weird on top of all this stuff, is that on Wikipedia, there was a fight. People have been editing this fucking page like there's no tomorrow until they had to lock down the fucking page from all the different edits. I swear, they literally went through the process and just edited. I would have to go through the section where they do all the editing portions of it. But this fucker has been edited multiple different times. Not only for that Netflix anime that came out, which was terrible, by the way, it was terrible. Because it had a lot of social stupid shit that was attached to it. I'm like, how is this supposed to be about the black samurai? When one, we don't have so much information, and two, we're throwing shit at the wall that social justice checkbox. Please stop. I have a whole issue with Shogun as it is, as in the TV series. It's like going, it's fine to a degree, but I have issues. It's like, I don't know, but because again, Japan at this time frame were isolationists. They had wars and shit like that. They were very they didn't want to deal with outsiders. And anybody who brought in an outsider was considered a traitor. So you kind of were removed out of the equation. So it's like, but yeah. Oh, here's the let's pull out the picture. Here's the picture. Here is Yusuke. All right, let's see if oh, come on. Can we blow it up? Can we go to the oh, there it is. So there he is, right here. That's the only real known picture that we have of this motherfucker.
And okay, if you go by that picture, it does look like it's black.
I mean,
but
he could have been Indian. He could have been Middle Eastern. He could have been East Asian, for fuck's sakes.
But if you look at that hairstyle, I would actually say Native American. Because
you
there's
never
not
know. That's
there.
what I said. It puts it within that area. I'm like going,
If you go, this is the only representation we have of him.
Yeah, it's pretty basically it. It's the only solid, real piece of information.
I mean, it looked like they tried to make it like he was Indonesian.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And then, but at the same time, they put a lot of charcoal on the back, and you're like, I mean, was he spotted? What the fuck?
No, but that's what I mean. It's like going technically because of the background. Yeah, they can come off very dark in complexion, the Indonesians and shit like that. It's not unheard of. For fuck's sakes, it's not unheard of. I wish you.
I mean, what would have helped if they had his original name or his native-born name.
This would have been great to have, but apparently, again, if we go on the basis on the pictures, the artist drawings, he wasn't the only black man that showed up.
Yeah, with the
So he went from. I mean, see.
See how they depict him as just black.
Yeah,
in that drawing.
Yeah,
this was a later drawing, and the thing is, this is So you got, and here's the thing: this would be Indonesian right there on the. What's that thing right on the screen?
And that again, this becomes a problem because we don't know. See, it's like
So
okay,
like there, that is black. That is not what
yeah.
they had him in
These
that
guys over here. This one
depiction.
you can see it's got lighter kind of texture. That one there also has kind of like not totally dark, but dark enough. It's like these are the only two here that are uber dark. But you could see they're dressed well. One's got the little pike thing, the other one's got a little fanny shawl thing. They're
And that would be the Dutch. That would
Japanese, so
Here's
so
the
I'm
thing.
like,
In Dutch culture, you could have well, I wouldn't say knights, but you could have guards that
yeah,
were black skin. It was not
oh,
it was kind of common. And they weren't
yeah,
slaves or they were slaves. I mean it
so
could have
yeah,
been either
because
or.
you had the differentials. You did have freemen, or what be considered free slaves. You did have people who were never put into that servitude. There were merchants and sailors and whatnots, errand boys that actually worked for them, and you had the slaves. So it's like, I need more information on this fucking thing, and I'm not going to get it. But yeah, and like I said, that depiction that we had there is basically all we got. I mean, there might be a couple of handful of drawings of Oda having, Yusuke behind him with a little umbrella thing, but that's it. So it's like, I don't know. But this is the character that these Wokies wanted to live and die on, and I kind of go, I don't know, I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, you got that, and I don't know. It's what it is. It's what these games are.
Yes.
I've kind of well, here's the thing. I've noticed there's been a resurgence in older games lately.
Mhm.
The past month, a lot of people like, fine, fuck these new games. I'm going to find some old games that were pretty good that I didn't want to buy because they were too expensive at the time.
Yes.
And okay, makes sense. I bought a lot of these games back in the day, like XCOM.
Yeah.
XCOM 2 apparently is selling quite well today at its full price still.
Yeah. Surprise. A lot of, and again, I've got to look at the data on this one. It's a lot of speculation going forward on this one. But apparently, the millennials, some of the younger millennials, and the Zenny kids have been purchasing retro gaming. The retro gaming has been going up in value for that for that generation.
GOG is making a shit ton right now.
Oh yeah, I know. Which is one, I would say go to GOG if you want DRM free games. As well as if you are smart and you want to get the games even cheaper, find a Steam Key site like steamkey.com or a few others that are very reputable to not only get your GOG games on the GOG account that for way off cheaper, but again, you can pretty much look at the other games that they have available that are coming out and kind of decide whether you want to have that on Steam or whatnot. Realistically, I just purchase everything on GOG if I can, and if I find it expensive, there's no sale that happens with GOG, and it does happen. I go over to a Steam Key site and see if I can get it for cheaper.
Well, the great thing is these kids are also doing a lot of these games don't work well with the current technology. A lot of it was for CRT monitors.
Yeah,
they're modding them.
Oh yeah, no fucking kidding.
These kids are fucking making mods for it, so you can play these games on the new computers. And I'm like, oh, God bless you, kids. God fucking bless you. I would have done it, but I'm lazy.
Well, the other thing is kind of funny is because a lot of these come in ROM forms, not just direct to like PC whatnot. Some come in still in ROM form. There are a lot of different ROM sites that are seeing a huge influx of traffic, as well as certain devices being sold on the market, whether it be which is increasing, as well as all you have to do is get what I think Arc or Anarch. It's one of the little web-based things that can convert your PC into a retro gaming system.
Yep.
Arc, yeah. And there are others that are coming out that are doing that, as well as a lot of these retro games have now been put onto pretty much you can say streaming type sites where just like a cloud type thing where you keep, or yeah, fuck, even a web browser now apparently. So I'm impressed with where we're going, and a lot of these kids are coding to put these things into this universe.
I know, it's amazing. I was like, wow, we here's the thing: we got to play these games, and we have fond memories of them.
Yes, some of us.
So most of us have played a lot of these old games, us older people. So we're
Yeah.
not, and we know, we're like, we want to see what new games come out. And now we're calling back. We're like, we're just too old to go back and fix them. Now these younger kids, like, hey, you guys claimed this. Oh, wait a minute, this was better. What the fuck? Why did you let? It was like, we didn't know. We didn't see this coming. 2020 is high. Hindsight is 2020.
It is. It is. I mean, some of us kind of first saw it after a certain time frame, saying, "Hey, we got a problem." But unfortunately, for a lot of the certain people, they love the convenience of it, and so they just kind of allowed it to happen. And even though there was a small handful of saying, "Hey, by the way, this is going to happen," and they just ignored us as they continued plugged away, going, "Oh, I don't have to worry about having this giant catalog of games to fill up an entire room. I could just simply have this entire catalog off-site somewhere where I can just simply download and play it whenever I want to." Doesn't work that way. I wish it did, but it doesn't.
I mean, I've been digging through my old games, my old installable games, and
Yeah.
I have a CD drive or a Blu-ray drive that can play CDs.
Yeah,
so I can still install my games, my old games.
I mean,
it's a pain in the ass.
I know. But on one, I do have a CD drive, and the other, the beautiful thing is I have a USB connected CD drive and a floppy disk drive. Beautiful thing, as well as I'm looking for the VHS converter as well. I know it's somewhere.
I love it when Linus says, "Oh, yeah, I have a." Why would you have an optical drive? Have you seen? And then he gets fucking pounded in the sand.
Yes,
for fucking saying that, because everybody's like, "You're fucking retarded, aren't you?"
He is.
He's a special boy. He is.
Yes,
he's like, why would you have an optical drive? It's like, I'm sorry, yeah, someone who has enough money, shut the fuck up.
I know, right?
Optical drives are a necessity today.
They are.
They really are. You can watch any movie. He said, yeah, but if you don't want to go that route, the best other way to watch movies without them being changed, guess what? Is either on Pirate Bay, or at home on disc.
I mean, there are other options you could probably use if you want to have a lot of TV like quality. You can go to Pluto TV. It has a lot of different channels that are devoted for that particular programming or that particular genre of programming, and you can watch it there with the odd occasion of a commercial. Pluto TV related commercial that will show up for a brief moment and it'll go fuck away. Hulu has its now cable-esque option. Hell, surprise, surprise for those who didn't realize it, Disney Plus has now its native advertisement feature that most of you guys have been downgraded to. Just like Netflix, it just introduced that to some, and they were quite shocked to kind of go, wait, I thought I didn't have the ad version. I thought mine was ad free. No, you were downgraded because they changed the pricing, but you qualified for the other pricing. So congratulations. Now you have to move up. And by the time you realize that you're spending a lot more money for something to be ad free when you could just simply just say, fuck it, buy the shit yourself. Watch it whenever ad free.
Yep.
Hell, better yet, here's a beautiful thing for those who want to learn something new. Do you realize that your DVDs and that can actually be downloaded into a computer? You can actually get something like, I don't know, a media hub system like Plex or whatever, and you can pretty much have one devoted media computer to watch it on whatever screen device that you want throughout the entire house.
Or you could take your VHS tapes, like some of us still have in the basement, like millions of them. Oh no, I know exactly where mine are. That's the sad thing. They're right outside my door. And someday I will. I have like 400.
Yeah.
VHS tapes in like several different bins. sitting outside my door and just waiting to fucking put them in the computer. Still work. I test them out every once in a while because of the way I store them in a dry basement and dry air.
That helps.
Dry air. They last. They're still just as good as they were back in the day, which is hilarious.
Mhm.
And I've been playing them, and I'm like, oh, this is a lot of fun. Every once in a while, I saw my VCR is starting to get a little long in the tooth.
But that's the beautiful thing right there. You have a screen recording device that's actually embedded into your computer. That means that you can play it once, have that entire thing, download it and record it somewhere, and you can put it off somewhere onto external or whatever, a separate hub area that you can access whenever you want to and not have to damage the original, because that's what they used to fucking do for the longest time.
Oh yeah, definitely for the longest time you had to do that, but
yes.
Yeah.
But
I mean, what are you gonna do?
like I said before, we have all these different gadgets and that we can go back to physical media, which it seems like that's where we're kind of slowly progressing back to, which is something I kind of regretted getting people to be convinced to get away from it. It's like going,
well,
bad idea. I have preached for physical media for a very fucking long time, and I kind of go, I see a problem.
Well, in the beginning, there wasn't a problem because they said you owed it. It was in their terms of service that you owed it if you paid for it on there.
That changed.
Now that changed about 2016, I want to say.
Yes, that is.
Where everybody was like, "Hey, we could make more money if we could just sell it to them 100 times over, or just rent it to them on our sites." Or
yes.
Thank God there are places where you can go and just, yes, there is a risk, but there are places you can go and watch these movies other than at the sites they offer them at for a price.
Yeah.
But if you know what you're doing, you should be fine.
Oh yeah. They're I mean, all you have to do is look. You'll find something that's reputable that will fit your whatever it is. I like Easy TV or whatever. You could figure it out for yourself. You guys are skilled individuals. But once you find a good site, good location, go with it. Definitely a thing to do. But yeah. But the unfortunate thing when it comes down to the lack of physical media, we're seeing the fruits being bared by these companies, these big mogul companies that could simply just change things at a whim.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Yeah,
they are, and it's like, is this not illegal? And they're like, well, if you log onto their website, you agree to their terms. I was like, no, just because I logged in to their website does not mean I agree to shit.
Yeah, but that's the unfortunate thing you kind of did.
It's like that is not an agreement. That is me being told, hey, I can log into this website willy-nilly, and it's open to the public.
Yep.
And like Watsy did that. They got into a lot of trouble for that one. Fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, everybody's getting fired there right now.
Oh yeah.
Watsy is gone. Hasbro's like, yep, you're gone.
Mm-hmm.
You have taken our brand and fucked it up to your brand and fucked it up so much that we can't make money off of it anymore. Like literally.
Yes. I'm gonna do a slight promotion, but it has nothing doing with we don't make money off of this idea, but this is Good Old Games, GOG. Right now they're doing a sale. You have up to, I want to say 80% or 90% off in some cases of the selected games that they'll have running all the way up into, there's 11 days for this one. So they are doing some sales.
Here's the thing. The last good Wolfenstein game, Wolfenstein 2, because Wolfenstein, did you ever play 3?
Yes, I have.
What the pay to win literally model, like if you wanted
to
pay to play and win. So I mean, like, oh yeah, you don't need this, you can earn all this stuff. Oh wait a minute, if you go too far ahead, there can become a point to where you cannot beat the game.
Yep.
Because you can't do any damage to the bosses ahead.
Correct. Fuck yeah.
Unless you pay us. But if you pay this money, you can, and it's like, no. I don't
No, it's not the
want
way how
to.
that's supposed to work. No.
And it's like, yeah, that is pay. It is pay to win, and that game, like another game that was Lord of the Rings, died like a fucking bandit in months. I
Oh,
mean, they
fuck.
were offering that. They were offering like, "Hey, we will give you this game." We fixed it. We were too late. It doesn't matter if you fix the
A lot of
problem.
it moved on. You fucked up.
We already moved on. You took it was 2 weeks later. Said, "Oh, we fixed that." No, too late. People have moved on already. People returned the game and moved on very quickly, because the thing is, you found out within the first 2 hours very quickly that, oh, you can't do certain things. Oh, nope, I'm gone. Bye.
Oh yeah.
You don't have. Yes, you do. If you do not collect enough shit, you can't go any further, and you can't go backwards.
No.
So you yeah. So fuck off.
So yeah, I like I said, I would say definitely go over to GOG if you haven't already. It right now it has some unique sales happening. Hell, if you haven't picked up a DRM free version of Fallout, well, you have until the 27th to pick up all the base Fallout games. Whatever the expansions were, even the Fallout Brotherhood of Steel, the other version, not Brotherhood 2, well, would be considered Brotherhood 2, but the game that's kind of breaks canon or canonical, that was said not part of canon, now it's part of canon because of Bethesda. Congrats. Those are up for grabs. So like I said before, we have a lot of games that are on some massive sales. I have a couple that I've got to purchase again later for Chiz GOG. But yeah, so you got Baldur's Gate 2, the Enhanced Edition, for about, in my case, $4. Some DLCs that are free, and a few other different things. So yeah, there is a lot just within this Bethesda group and the new release that have been added into it. So yes. Yeah. So yeah, I would say head over there to grab a sale. Grab a sale. Anyways, so enough of me plugging at something that I don't get money for. Uh,
Are you sure?
no, I don't get money for that one. I know you would think I do, but no.
As much as you plug it, fuck.
I mean, I do like GOG.
I mean, for now, the thing is, until someone buys them and fucks them up, I mean, yeah.
Well, I mean, it was the same thing like Humble Bundle. I liked Humble Bundle until somebody fucked it up. It was bought up and then it was fucked over. But at the moment, they're making major profits for doing what they're doing.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know, and they're not producing any games like Steam, so they're just providing great old games or good old games at a decent price with some extra sales here and there to try to hook in some new blood that's looking for some reduced costs. So I get it.
Oh yeah,
but
it works out too. So.
I know, so it helps. But apparently, there's something else that has happened that is getting a lot of the we'll say the Sony ponies up in arms a little bit. They got a little bit of a butt hurt going on.
Oh, what
as well as some people who are kind of we're going to say Xbox haters up in arms as well. But from what is being reported, and IGN is one that has reports. I'm going to use an IGN report. It looks like Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is reporting to go directly to the Xbox Game Pass, which is kind of, I'm going to say, the canary in the coal mine for Black Ops.
Yeah.
This was eventually going to happen because they brought up
that canary dead, by the way.
Yeah. It's one of the major moneymakers for any company or anybody who owns this IP. It's one of the major moneymakers. So for anybody who's got a Sony system, they're gonna have to pay for it.
Oh yeah.
So, but those who have the Xbox or the Xbox Game Pass will have access to it right away.
And then you'll have the PC people.
Yeah.
And then you'll have the PC on Steam shit. So
Yeah. Oh yeah. But again, this is gonna fall back onto what happened to Starfield.
Oh yeah.
So, uh, but if again, the question is if Microsoft can see an actual major profit based off of Call of Duty Black Ops, especially 6. I really don't know why they would have done it this way. It makes no fucking sense. Me personally, I would have seen, hey, those older games that you guys love so well. We're gonna kind of remaster them. We've got the backward compatibility. We'll have those guys on the Xbox Game Pass.
Here's the thing. From what I've heard, since Xbox has taken over all these game companies they bought,
Yeah.
they have the game companies have essentially gone on, we're not going to try as hard now because we don't have to.
No, they really don't.
They don't think they have. Well, they don't think they have to, but yet here's Xbox like, hey, what do you got? Then they show, like, one of the companies show, hey, this is what we got. And it's like, what the fuck's this shit?
Yeah.
That one company that recently got fired.
The guys that did I want to say the Happy Feet of Gaming. What was it? What the fuck was that? That stupid game. Something Rush.
Rush.
I don't know.
But whatever the fuck it was, that company got fired because Microsoft went to them and said,
yeah,
okay, we bought you. You said you had a lot of great games. Show us what you got and what you had in the works. And they showed them, and they're like, what the hell is this shit? Oh, these are our games.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this shit?
These are the same people that did was it Evil Within?
Yeah, Evil Within. That's what the group that. But they were like, and Evil Within was a good game, I think. Yeah. Okay, it was okay. It wasn't great, but hey, it was pretty good game for what it was.
The problem is I personally tried the Tango game. It was Tango Game Work.
Okay.
Yeah, I tried their Evil Within, and I kind of went, eh.
I mean, it wasn't great, but it was okay for what it was.
It was a passable game, but I really didn't. I mean, everybody thought it was the greatest game since sliced bread. I'm like, okay, since it's a horror game, I like horror games. I will, I will take a dive into this, and it just kind of gave me back minty dental floss. I mean, I don't like minty dental floss. It's great. It kind of takes out that debris in that. It kind of gets rid of some of that extra shit that might be stuck in your teeth somewhere, but it really didn't provide a good hearty meal.
No.
So, and Hi-Fi Rush, which was the other game, and I can't remember which was the other game that they did. That was shit.
Yeah, but their games are real shit. But here's the thing: they when they were bought, they showed these things, these ideas, and they said, "Where's the shit you showed us?
Yeah.
Where's the shit you said you were going to do? Oh, this is it." And then they were like, "Okay, you're all fired."
Yeah, pretty much.
And here's the thing: this isn't just happening there. They said we're going to be hands off. We're going to let you do what you want to do, but you have to make us money.
Makes sense.
Turns out. Everybody was like, "Oh, we don't have to do shit." Xbox will put out anything because it's like fucking Mikey. He'll eat anything, and Xbox is like, "No, we actually want good games." Whoever they put in charge of these people to say whether game's good knows their shit. They're like, "No, these are shit games."
Yeah.
Where's the shit you were doing for Sony? Oh, Sony was. Oh, we didn't think we had to do good work. We thought we just had to be on your. No, we need. Turnaround for what we paid for you. Same thing is happening at Blizzard, apparently. Okay, we paid off all your debts. We paid off all your fucking lawsuits.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the games? And they're like, Diablo 4, and everybody's like, it's this is a new game. This is your old game reskinned.
Yeah, pretty much.
And everybody was like, oh no, this is the same fucking game reskinned. Where's your fucking game?
Yeah.
And Microsoft essentially got bamboozled.
Yeah, I mean that's not nothing.
This is happening throughout, and apparently, Call of Duty 6, Black Ops 6,
Black Ops
is the same goddamn thing as 5.
Oh yeah, I look. We'll
Except
find out.
you might have a paralytic. You might have a person in a wheelchair pushing around.
You know what? If that happens, that'd be hilarious.
You know what? I might play that game. I just want to see, zzz, Stephen
I know,
Hawking
right?
with a gun.
But
Stephen Hawking
look,
with guns on his chair.
I don't care about the Senuna Saga game, Hellblade. I look. This is supposed to be a Celtic warrior, or Celtic warrior, Celtic. Don't really fucking care, depending on how to pronounce it. Who would have been within the same time frame of massive lice infestation. So hair for women and men would have been relatively shorter to be well kept. In order to to reduce the amount of lice and shit. So
Yes.
and you're telling me that this thing is supposed to be a warrior of some nature, and she has PTSD. I don't fucking care.
Oh god, that shit. Yeah, she has such bad PTSD. She's hallucinating and everything she sees, and she's actually a horrible fucking human being. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I remember this. Yeah, I remember.
So I'm like, yeah, no,
This
don't
is the
fucking.
sequel.
Yeah, it's a sequel. I'm like, I don't fucking care. There are people that go, oh, I like the first game. You have to
She's
be deaf, dumb, and
crazy.
blind.
Everybody that I noticed that liked that game had some form of
Autism.
no,
They have autism?
no, they had some sort of tism, yes, but not autism. Was the
They have
autism
autism.
would look at that game like that's too, but that's that person crazy.
I know, right?
That shit crazy.
Fuck
I
me.
know this is fucking. It's like these are people with fucking like multiple personality disorders that like this fucking game.
Yeah.
I swear to fucking god, but oh,
But
no,
yeah,
this
this
was a
is
bad
what
game.
this is what we're looking forward to. These are the new six that'll be coming for Game Pass, and the only one that's kind of worse anytime at this moment is Frostpunk 2 because Frostpunk was good. So I'm expecting somewhat good things with the sequel, but again, I'm not rushing to get the game fucking pass.
Here's the thing about Frostpunk, and this one is instead of going north, they went south in this one. And I'm like, okay,
Yep.
that would make more sense, but apparently it's worse in the south. And I'm like, that doesn't make sense. That makes no sense.
Well, we'll have to wait and find out, but yeah, it
I mean, apparently and these two fucking fuckers are
yeah.
actually global warming fucks.
Yeah, I know. I kind of figured, but again, if we're utilizing the same principle as the first game, they're just adding a lot more, bullshit and tea cakes that comes with.
You can just make your cities bigger in this one.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I'm like, okay, if that's the case, and great. It's so we're gonna get the base game, but we're just gonna have the ability to expand my city. Great, okay, no problem.
But okay, what else are you gonna give
What
me?
else do you got? So I definitely need to find out. Like I said, I'm not rushing, but yeah, this guy doesn't look like he's all there, anyways. But
he's trying to look like Johnny Depp, but I'm sorry, only Johnny Depp is the only person that I know in
that
the fucking world that they look off. Yeah,
yeah.
He's the only person that's actually fucking cool enough.
Yeah,
in real life to pull off that look. I mean, I watched The Man in a fucking French movie, speak French the entire fucking time, and was fucking a god in it.
Yeah, I know.
But you are not a Johnny Depp. Shut the fuck up.
No. So like I said, for me personally, Frostpunk is the only thing that I see in that list that kind of gets my little cockers going. But again, I'm not going to be rushing to Game Pass to put money down on it.
No,
just for that one game. I'm like, yeah, no.
I mean,
I'll buy it maybe, but hell, I'll wait for a deal, or I'll probably get it for cheaper because I have places to get it cheaper. But I am not putting more money down on a game. See, I do the whole month to month kind of basis. It's like I will give them a couple of coffers, and then I will because I have a feature on my card where I can just lock it at a whim. It's
you
like, here's
remember?
$20, lock it off for the month, and if I feel like I'm gonna continue to progress and I haven't bought the game per se, I might put down another $20. But again, I lock it off for them. It's like you don't have access to this shit. Sorry.
Uh, do you remember the Mass Effect announcement they made? Hey, we're going to bring back Mass Effect.
Yeah, I remember that shit.
They said, oh, it's going to be about the Mass Effect world, in our universe and all this other stuff, and it's going to continue. Remember how
Yeah,
they said that? Turns out,
yeah,
no, it's not.
I didn't believe them. So,
No, it's going to be Andromeda too.
oh
It's going to be
boy, I
Andromeda.
had a
All
funny
of
feeling it was going to be about the
it's gonna
lesbian.
it's gonna be the sequel to Andromeda because they can't get the original cast back. None of them want to fucking work with EA or
No
fucking
fucking shit.
BioWare
I
again
mean, the money
because
that
they
they were
got.
given was pit comparative.
I mean, like none of the cast, the original cast, they've all got onto other games or shows or movies. Some
Mhm.
of them have moved on to movies
Yeah,
and TV
they've
shows.
moved on up. So I mean,
And nobody wants to come back. So, but the Andromeda cast, they're fucking hurting like motherfuckers to get
yeah,
work.
because no one is gonna
Hire
grab
them.
them to for work. Hate to break it to them, but
Uh,
it
they
is
were
what it.
piss poor actors that had
Yeah.
no clue what the fuck they were doing.
Mhm.
And yeah, it turns out it's going to be Mass Effect. The new Mass Effect game
Mm,
is going to be Mass Effect Andromeda 2.
yeah, like
There is no. Yeah.
I didn't believe them going forward when they announced that. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah,
I have a
they
feeling.
basically they could. Well, the plan was they were going to go with Mass Effect 4. They were
No,
going to get Mass Effect 4.
I understand that was the plan, but like I said, and like you pointed out, uh, they don't have those players anymore, so they have to go back to the original. See, they could just simply recast and continue, but they won't.
No, well, also the programmers. They can't find any of the programmers from the original Mass Effect
I
games
wonder
because
why a
or
lot
the
of them
writers,
decided to
not even
jump
the
ship
writers,
and are now working for different companies.
not even the writers will. And here's the thing: a lot of the writers had owed a lot of that shit. That's why they had to go
Mhm.
to Mass Effect. So they can't write a Mass Effect 4
Yeah,
storyline.
no. So
Mass Effect 4 storyline can't happen. But Andromeda, well, Andromeda is completely owned by BioWare.
oh yeah, no, that I've foreseen kind of going forward. So
So Shepard can't. So none of the Shepard storyline can go forward, or any of the other characters in that
mm,
area. None of them can go forward. But the Andromeda is completely wide open. Now
yeah, no, I have had a funny feeling that would be a thing. That would be a
it's here was the thing. I thought if they had went with the father in the first one, where you get to
thing. Yeah.
play the father was the main character through the whole, that would have, and then he died and his kids took on, that would have made more sense. But they killed him off in like the first 30 seconds of the game.
Yeah,
Which is amazing. But hey, it is what it is. And then and then they say, "Oh, we're going to do this new game." We're like, "Okay, I'll wait. I'll wait
yeah.
and see." And I've heard from some people like, "Oh no, it's not going to be Mass Effect 4. It's going to be Mass Effect Andromeda 2.
Ooh.
It's just a sequel to that game. It's not a sequel to the actual Mass Effect. No, Mass Effect literally had nothing to do. Which was,
Yeah,
Mass Effect was the technology.
it was.
The Mass Effect was considered and they even explained it in the game of
Mhm.
Mass Effect 3. Mass Effect is the idea of the technology and the path we made you go down.
It
There was a
kind of
different path.
the
There were different paths and better paths you could go through, but this
Yeah.
was the easiest path to defeat you with. Because
No,
if
I
you got those paths, we would have been fucked. And
yeah.
so
So here's a bit of Canadian news. As most of you may know, that we up here have in some areas, my neck of the woods, have decriminalized certain illegal drugs, hard hitting illegal drugs. Now,
even fentanyl, I believe, correct?
yes, yes. So a lot of the opioids are running around unchecked, especially in Vancouver. But it seems like our prime minister and friends from certain cities out in the Ontario, no, the Ottawa area. No, yeah, no, it'd be Ontario. Ontario, because Toronto is thinking on decriminalizing and having
Please
programs
tell me
be-
they've been caught. They've been caught doing them.
Well, no.
That'd be hilarious.
That would have been funny. But
That's funny.
according to breaking news, breaking news, the federal, basically the feds have rejected Toronto's request. This is the province that has rejected Toronto's request to decriminalize simple possession of illegal drugs. So, as BC, the province has decided to criminalize these hard drugs. Now you cannot have these hard drugs out in the open anymore. You have to scurry away somewhere and die within the alleys and shit like that. Great, we're getting back to some degree of normality. Toronto decided that, hey, you know what? Hold our beer. We want to do the same thing, but our version of the program will be much more better. And well, somebody said no. Yes, in the Ottawa the Ottawa area, and they're like, yeah, not going to happen. So yeah, this program idea is dead in Ontario.
So well, let me take a guess. Instead of they get a pass and they can do whatever the fuck they want, they go right to jail.
Pretty much the same
I'm fine
thing,
with that.
and yeah. So
Now, while you're in jail, you can get help for your problem.
well, that is the idea. We basically we're
Well,
trying to get back
you're
to
going
an
to jail.
semblance of normality, getting these people the help that they need, putting them on certain different programs, getting them away from these illicit drugs that are out there. Hell, reducing the amount of drug trafficking that exists if we can. Things like this. Yeah, there are some health ministers who are very liberal leaning and they want to have these programs to exist. So they sold us a lot of hope, a lot of hopium. What was sold to a lot of these cities to believe that, hey, with a lot of federal money and our support to help you, we can get this done. And they found out that yeah, there is not a lot of money that's going to these programs because again, it's a bank book for these federal individuals, and there's not a lot of support, so it's all on you. So I wish you the best of
Oh, shocker.
luck. So yeah,
So basically, you're pretty. I mean, even in your area, they said no, didn't they?
yeah,
They're like,
they said we're done. Well, we got to see exactly what was happening. We had through a course of 2 years, about 2,000 people just off just because of the illicit these illegal drugs and that are no longer in existence. A couple hundred here and there, but we have a lot of people dying over overdoses, not only on the streets, but in the hospitals and in homes and shit.
yeah,
We have the camping community that is unchecked. We've got the zombie community that is in select areas, but unlike, places like California or
you
San
know,
Francisco area,
we have that exact same thing here.
but the difference is we don't have a huge rat infestation issue. We don't have human landmines all over the place.
Yeah, I
So that
heard.
we actually have to produce an app to tell us where the shit stain is.
Yeah, I know. It's
So,
well, here's the thing: they're starting to get tired of it in California because so fucking badly. Gavin Newsom actually had to fucking do something
I know.
and say, you know what, we're going to do this other program that we did with veterans. That failed, by the way.
Yeah.
That program failed. The
Hmm.
veterans just moved the fuck out of California, or just yeah, that program
That
fucking
makes sense.
failed.
But
Yeah, that's
so-
funny.
Yeah, no, so that is the great Canadian news that I'm going to be eking out at this moment. But as usual, we hit that overrun. We've passed that 90 minutes of no return. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself. Unfortunately,
God,
Sparky wasn't available due to, I'm guessing, work related things. Penn is Penn Dragon was sick, so he opted to be sick. I blame
Dragon
Ben
has
for this.
cancer, so
Yeah, yeah.
it's sad. We know.
We know
If
it.
you want, if
but-
you want to send Dragon money, I'm sure there's some sort of GoFundMe.
Yeah, yeah. I'll
Um,
probably set up some furry-related account that you can send him money. And
he has furry cancer, and
yeah,
what's
he has
that?
furry-related AIDS cancer. You know, I'll probably get like what is it? Sarah McLachlan to just sing "The Eyes of the Angels." You know that song?
And yes, an angel.
you can help it.
Oh God, I should not sing. It hurts.
I know.
It hurts
No,
my throat.
but I'm
Oh,
causing
God.
more problems than I need. But Jesus Christ! But as usual, I've got to wrap this fucker up. I'm gonna give Jem his last rites. I hit buttons. We get the fuck out of here.
In the eyes of an
I'm hitting
angel.
the button. I'm hitting the